It was the year 2020 when I first started watching Naruto. At that time, I was also in a job that didn't quite satisfy me, and slowly but surely, I began to feel a creeping sense of depression. But then, as I went deeper into the world of Naruto, I was introduced to a character who would leave a lasting impact on me, and that's Kakashi Hatake, the copy ninja of the Hidden Leaf Village. At first, he seemed like the cool, I don't care type, always hiding that mysterious smile behind his mask. However, as the story unfolded, I learned about his past, a past marked by tragic incidents. Kakashi's early years were nothing short of remarkable. His exceptional intelligence and ninja skills boosted him to the Chunin status by the age of 5. As an academy student, he achieved an unprecedented feat. He joined the Anbu Black Ops at just 12 years old, earning the reputation of the most formidable ninja in his class. Yet, despite his incredible talents, Kakashi remained distant from those around him. You see, this emotional detachment wasn't just some quirk of his personality. It was rooted in a tragic incident from his past that robbed him of a normal childhood. And it all started with Kakashi's father, Sakumo Hatake, who was known as the White Fang. He was a renowned ninja as powerful as the legendary Sanin themselves. But his path took an unexpected turn when he chose to save a friend over a critical mission. This act of kindness, however, led to his downfall, as he was criticized and isolated by his fellow ninjas. This incident drove Sakumo to take his own life, and it was this incident that left Kakashi without a normal childhood. He was forced to grow up far too quickly, almost as if he was running from his past. Things took a turn when Kakashi was later assigned teammates, Obito Uchiha and Rin Nohara. Despite his stoic exterior, he cared deeply for them. Tragedy struck again when Obito lost his life under a pile of fallen rocks during a mission. In his final moments of life, Obito gave Kakashi a priceless gift as a token of their friendship, his left eye, which was a Sharingan. Obito's dying wish haunted Kakashi, and that is to protect Rin, their teammate who was harboring the two-tailed beast. However, later on, Kakashi was confronted with a heart-wrenching decision when Rin, tormented by the tailed beast sealed within her, pleaded for release. Even though he initially refused, Rin sacrificed herself by stepping into Kakashi's attack. At just 12 years old, Kakashi had lost everything: his father, his teammates, and what many believed to be his lover. It's unimaginable how heavy that burden must have been. Despite all the constant losses, Kakashi still kept on smiling and moving forward. You see, he could have chosen the path of anger, blaming the village for his father's tragic fate, but instead he chose forgiveness. He didn't forget the burden of those he lost. Instead, he carried them with him every day and strived to live his life in their honor. Kakashi's story was a turning point for me. As I watched this fictional character navigate a world filled with never-ending grief, I realized how I was allowing my job's frustration to affect my own well-being. Now I completely understand that some might say that Kakashi's life was an extreme case, and I completely agree with it. What he went through was beyond what most of us could even imagine. But isn't that the point? We don't have to go through the same pain as he did to learn from him. In real life, we may not face the same level of adversity, but we do face some of our own battles. Whether it's a breakup, a job rejection, or any other challenges that makes us unhappy or lost. And just like Kakashi, instead of dwelling on our losses or allowing circumstances to make us feel like losers, we have the power to move forward, to break free from the chains of loneliness, and more importantly, depression. So, what can we do? Well, it all starts with taking charge of our own lives. It's about bringing changes into our own world. For me, the change came in the form of learning new skills, especially UI UX designing. It was a lifeline that helped me break free from my unsatisfying job. Sure, it hasn't been a walk in the park, but the most important thing is that I'm not depressed anymore. Just like Kakashi found new purpose in mentoring the future generations of the Hidden Leaf Village, where he eventually met Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura, forming his very own Team 7. We too can find purpose and fulfillment in our own lives. And speaking of new beginnings, this YouTube channel is an example of that. I had always wanted to start a channel, but my unsatisfying job left me feeling tired and drained, unable to gather the motivation to create content. But as I took steps to change my life and pursue my passions, this channel came to life. It's a journey of self-discovery and growth, much like Kakashi's journey with his friends and Team 7. So we have talked about drawing inspiration from Kakashi's journey, and it's time to take action. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. Are there any challenges you are currently facing that might be causing you distress? Or perhaps you have been neglecting passions and interests that used to bring you joy. For instance, you might be feeling down because you have gained some weight, and that's completely okay. Many people go through similar experiences and it can affect your mood and self-esteem. And this is where you use Kakashi's resilience in your own life. Now start by identifying one small step you can take today to address this challenge. It could be as simple as signing up for a gym membership, deciding to go for a walk every day, or even reaching out to a friend who's on a similar journey. The key is to make this step achievable and realistic for you. Now take a piece of paper and write it down. For example, you might write, I will go to the gym for 30 minutes 3 times a week, or I'll invite my friends for a weekly walk. Putting your commitment in writing makes it more tangible and helps to hold you accountable. Remember, the key here is not to set unrealistic expectations, but to take that first step. As Kakashi puts it, those who abandon their friends are worse than scum. Similarly, don't abandon yourself or your well-being. Take the first step towards regaining your confidence as Kakashi did on his own journey. As you come to the end of this video, there's one thing I want you to always remember. It's that smile behind Kakashi's mask. That smile isn't just a simple expression. It's a symbol of resilience, strength, and the power to overcome even the darkest of times. Kakashi's smile reminds us that even in the face of adversity, even when life throws its hardest punches, we can choose to smile. Not because we ignore the pain, but because we refuse to let it define us. It's a smile that says, I have been through tough times, but I'm still here, still standing. So my friends, if you're feeling lost, unhappy, or stuck in a situation that doesn't fulfill you, take those small steps towards change. Embrace new opportunities, discover your passions, and never underestimate your own potential for growth and happiness. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.